First, we went to an alleyway next to the Bartel Theater. Um, the tour guide said that people have been saying that this is like a hotspot for ghosts, and that multiple mediums have been drawn there and apparently because of its energy. So we used our spirit rods to try to connect with the ghost. We caught some things, so please watch this quick video of us exploring the alleyway.
Awesome.
Guess you know up there.
There's more than one.
Is there more than you here? Crossrails. All right, thank you. Reset. Okay, well, thank you so much for speaking with us. We're going to say goodbye. Can you cross the rod and say goodbye? Thank you.
Wow, that was fast.
One of the stops that we were able to go to was the Boar and Barrel during our tour with Lisa. Originally, it was called the Blue Marlin. Hamilton's at the Square, and also was historically a German butcher shop, which was owned by one of the first mayors in Madison. So, as the story goes, in the 1980s, there were 3 owners that were renovating the building. One of which was doing some painting of the Blue Marlin on the window. It is said that out of nowhere, the man went into a trance, turned around, and looked at the other owners and said that someone was going to die before the place would even open.
You're gonna die in 7 days.
And the other 2 owners were like, whoa, what do you mean? Why are you saying this? And the owner that was painting the Blue Marlin that went into the trance snapped out of it as quickly as he snapped into it, and was confused and was like, what, you don't like the color that we're painting this window? And the other 2 are like, no. What are you talking about that one of us wouldn't make it? And the guy painting the window had no idea at all what these other guys were saying. However, he was right. Someone did end up dying before the restaurant actually opened. One of the owners ended up having a heart attack, unfortunately. It has been said that, especially like the cleaners that work there, have said that they've seen apparitions. Nothing crazy. There hasn't been any other recordings of there being any other trance-like situations, or any of the apparitions do not seem to be harmful in any way.
Okay, one of the other buildings that we visited during our tour of the Capitol in Madison was the American Exchange Bank, as it's presently known today. The bank was built as the American House in 1838. The American House was both a hotel and a boarding house that survived into the 1860s, but in 1868 the building was said to have caught fire. At the time of the blaze, and prior to that, 2 of the boarders that were living there, a woman by the name of Rachel Sampson, who was a waitress, and a gentleman by the name of Lewis Frost, who was a mail clerk, were said to have perished together in the blaze. Prior to the blaze, the 2 were said to have started a romance and actually died during one of their romantic rendezvous. It's said that observers and passerbys to this day can still see the silhouette of 2 lovers in one of the upper floors of the building, engaged in an embrace, and so they are said to still haunt the building to this day.
On our tour of Madison, Wisconsin, we stopped at the Tempest Oyster Bar. The Tempest was originally a funeral home or funeral parlor, whatever you want to call it. We got to walk through it though, and there were like a lot of lights. It was really pretty. had a certain like ambiance to it. But then there were like doors that really didn't fit in, and that was like from the past when it was a funeral home. So that was kind of cool to get to see in the inside. Then on the outside, when we were on like the patio area, we got to talk to ghosts. Didn't really want to talk to us for very long though, but that's okay because we understand. But you guys should definitely check it out because it was really cool.
You can try to see through them. Sometimes when they across the rock, they do it like that. No? Yeah. That's perfect. Ask if they died here. Yes. All right, thank you. Thank you. Oh, just on the ask the never mind, they're doing it for you. Oh, nice, thank you. Good.
So one of the first places that we were able to tour with Lisa was the Wisconsin State Capitol, and we did look at it when we first got there, but then we sort of ended our tour with it, and I'll let you know why in just a moment. First, I just want to give you a couple fun facts about the Capitol. It is the tallest building in Madison. Again, Madison is the state capital of Wisconsin. Its distinction has been preserved by legislature, and it does not allow any other buildings in Madison to be taller than it. The state capitol houses the chambers of Wisconsin legislature and Supreme Court, and it's also the office of the governor. The Capitol building standing today is not the original building. It actually has been reconstructed 3 separate times. And in addition to its reconstruction, it also has a history of accidents, suicides, and also fires. The first Capitol, there's not much information on it, but the first Capitol, when it was constructed, it was just a slightly larger building. It was wood frame, and it was like a council house. In about 1837, a second building was built. This one was slightly larger. In 1857, the third building was constructed, and this building was completed in 1869. However, in 1868, so 1 year prior to the completion, one of the architects ended up committing suicide in Lake Mendota, which is near the Capitol building. So he did commit suicide in that lake. However, it is said that people see him in the Capitol still. He must really liked his work. In 1904, the unthinkable happened. There was a large fire that broke out when a gas jet got ignited, and the ceiling was newly varnished, and it caught on fire. The fire itself was so large that the people in Madison weren't able to control it, so they had to contact people from Milwaukee. And for all of you who are not familiar with Milwaukee, Milwaukee is approximately 60 to 90 minutes away, depending on traffic. So they contacted firefighters from Milwaukee to come to Madison to help. Again, if you're not familiar with Wisconsin, we have terrible winters. So of course, by the time that the firemen from Milwaukee got to Madison, all their equipment was frozen, so they couldn't help put out the fire. So then they had to spend time unfreezing everything and get everything thawed before they could put out the fire. So with everything said and done, almost the entire building ended up being destroyed, and only the north side of the building was left. So then they had to begin construction again. So the building that you see today, the construction on that one started in 1906. During construction in 1908, it is rumored that the ceiling on the 4th floor collapsed while workers were working on that floor, and unfortunately there were numerous casualties. It is said though that the workers that came to work that day never left, and in fact keep coming to work even today. The building finally was finished in 1917, and as I stated before, that is the building that is still standing today. So since then, from the beginning, from 1917 to now, it has been said that employees and also visitors of the Capitol have seen apparitions. They have heard footsteps. They've seen doors open and closing by themselves. And they also have reported a feeling of being watched, like an uneasy feeling, like it feels like somebody's in the room with them. And obviously there's no one there. Or is there? So we did do some spirit rods while we were there towards the end of the tour at night. And we didn't really get much evidence of any hauntings. We didn't get any energy. I didn't really get any type of feeling that there was someone there or we were being watched, but it was beautiful, the building itself. But like I said, we were unable to connect with anything like we had in the alley and at the Tempest. So, however, when we went home, we were going through all of our photos, and I especially like to look through the photos and enlarge them and change the colors on them to see if there's something that our eyes didn't catch, but we were able to catch with the lens. And sure enough, there is a photo where definitely one, but possibly 3 different faces have shown up. I noticed the first photo of the person, it looks like they're kind of playing peekaboo a little bit, and the second one and the third one are kind of together, but they're a little bit harder to see, and those were actually captured by Kyle. I did not see those originally. So I believe that with the photos that we took at the Capitol, even though we didn't at the time see or feel anything, I feel that we did find evidence that there are spirits that do not want to leave.
Okay, so the next stop on our ghostly tour of the Madison State Capitol was the Majestic Theater. The Majestic Theater is said to be the oldest standing theater in Madison. It was built in 1906. It was built as what's called a vaudeville theater, and because of that, over the years has played host to any number of different talents, including comedians, magicians, musicians, acrobats, live animal shows, you name it. That performer, or type of performer anyway, has probably at some point played at the Majestic. It's a very storied theater and has been around for years, and because of that, it's no exception to the rule that, like many old theaters, it remains haunted to this day. Employees over the years have cited different paranormal experiences. Some have experienced shadow figures, others have experienced sort of disappearing apparitions, others, including performers, have said that prior to taking the stage at the Majestic, they have heard disembodied voices wish them good luck during their performances. Probably the most noted or popular, I guess, ghost or apparition, his name is Joe. Joe is said to be a very large, sort of domineering, shadowy figure. that employees have had various experiences with and encounters with over the years. Joe was apparently one of the theater's original vaudeville performers back in the 1920s, and ended up hanging himself in one of the rooms at the theater, and to this day still haunts the theater halls. So it deserves mentioning that Joe might be Jimmy and Jimmy might be Joe. I know a lot of the online sources that we researched indicated that the spirit haunting the Majestic, his name is Joe. Our tour guide has come to know him as Jimmy, and so there's some conflict on what the name is. I guess, probably doesn't really matter, but Jimmy or Joe, regardless, we did try to take some readings while we were at the Majestic Theater. Both Madison and Lily both tried to use the dowsing rods to make contact with Jimmy or Joe. Lily with somewhat limited success, but Maddie did make contact with him at least long enough for him to tell us that he really didn't want to speak with us. But nonetheless, it was an interesting story and an interesting visit, and we were at least able to make contact with Jimmy or Joe briefly.
Hi, I'm Madison, and I was wondering if there are any ghost movies. Cross the rods for yes.
There you go. Nice. Okay.
Ask if it's Jimmy.
Is the spirit here with us named Jimmy? Cross the rods for yes.
Reset and ask him if he wants to talk to us. I think that's a no. Okay, so say thank you. And then goodbye. Is there anybody here? What's your name?
Boji?
What is your name? If there's somebody here with us, what is your name?
Rachel.
Rachel? Yeah, maybe it was Rachel. Is your name Rachel?
Yes.
Yep, that was really good.
Good job, you got it, Kyle. Is there someone else here besides Rachel? Can you say that name again? Can you please say your name? David, thank you. Okay, just to make sure that you guys are actually intelligently speaking with us, what color is the sweater I'm wearing? Blacken? I heard blacken something.
I think it was black and red.
Can you tell me what the color of my sweater is? This is Liam. What color is Liam's sweater?
Red. What is it? Red. Red.
Okay, one more time. This is Lily. What color is her sweater? Is there anybody here with us still? We really appreciate you speaking with us. Is David or Rachel still here? Just like I said, I am.
He's here?
He's here. Okay, can you tell me what color this sweater is? This one right here? I didn't hear that. Say it again.
What?
There you go. Thank you so much. It said white.
Oh, I didn't know.
David. Did you hear him again? David.
David took credit for the white.
Thank you, David. Did anybody get murdered here? David, did you get murdered here? David?
We're calling him.
Does anybody else want to ask any questions? Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Kyle. Can you repeat that back to me?
Rachel and David, can you say Kyle?
April. I said April. I think I said April.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Yes.
I said yep.
I'll put them down. David, can you say Kyle? Well, can you say it?
Who are you?
That was Rachel. She said Kyle.
Oh.
Yep.
Can I have it? Thank you. Kyle.
Kyle.
I heard Kyle.
Liam. There it was. Did you hear it?
I heard Liam.
Hi, I'm Lily. Can you say my name?
It's not like it says your name already when you hand it. When I hand it to her. David, can you say Lily? There you go.
There it is.
Hi, my name is Maddie. Can you say my name back?
Rachel, can you please say Maddie? I heard Liam. Rachel, can you say Maddie? Okay, we're gonna leave. Is that okay? Yes. Okay. It was nice talking to you, Rachel. It was nice talking to you, David. Bye. Can you say goodbye?
Thank you guys for watching. Hunt that like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and you might be shouted out in a new video. And make sure to share and comment. Bye.